you're financially smart enough to play Pauper instead of other formats, your money may not be sure what to do with itself. At Augur Financial, we'll help it save for the future, combining careful study with our new ThoughtCast app. Augur Financial, learning from the tragic lessons of other formats.
Welcome everybody to Propaganda. I've been working on this deck for a few years, different variations here and there, but I just call it Unearthed. It's just been having a lot of fun with it. Unfortunately, it tends to have a little bit of an issue sometimes with mono black. I'll crush it sometimes, and other times Gary gets out of control. And we all know there's a lot of mono black about in the tournament rooms. So without further ado, I run 20 lands. There's a reason for this. You'll soon find out. I've got one Raven's Crime and one Syphon Life main. We also have a bunch more in the sideboard for various matchups. So we have a bunch of creatures we don't care about, which is kind of a theme I love to go with, where it's like, go ahead and kill it. So we have the Serrated Scorpion, which does a 2-life swing. We've got Footlight Fiend. We've got Perilous Myr. Now we've got Dregscape Zombie, the worst creature in the deck, but this Unearthed mechanic really comes into play. It's stealing Monarch and hitting people for a lot out of the blue and absorbing a lot of Edict damage. And then we also are running all 4 of the Viscera Draggers with Cycling and Unearthed, which is a pretty big body if you want to hard cast it, but at a 3/3 it gets through a lot of the stuff in the format. Why are we running this? Looks to be junk. Well, Steel Monarch one thing, but we're running all 4 Altars Reap and all 4 Village Rites. So this plays a little bit like Brute Squad, but all black. We also have 2 Fleshbags main. All 4 Stinkweed Imps kind of fuel the deck, get things going. Anything that goes in the yard we like, except our draw cards, but even our retrace cards obviously go there. We play them out of the yard. And then we've got Bone Picker to pick up the pieces and hopefully do some heavy hitting when it comes into play. So thank you for that show. Roz, Nim Chimpskey in the house. Any more people around? And Asian 2K2 and Cooper the Red. Cooper, I'm glad you're here because our first break of the day is the Pauper Derby, which the infamous Cooper the Red is part of. So on our sideboard, we have 2 more Raven's Crime. I was thinking of Duress, but again, sometimes Stinkweed turns it over, and against Tron and such, I just kind of want to have options to a lot of these and just be able to see them early and often. We have 3 spell bombs. I got rid of the Fairy Macabre package because, well, just wanted to try something new really, and we'll go from there. I mean, I guess you could play it and be able to pinpoint things and hard cast it. It might be the better call out of all the decks. I don't include it in right, but I've been liking the spell bomb for the draw too. 2 Geth's Verdict and 2 Fleshbag Marauders with the 2 we've already got. Tends to be a pretty good call against Hexproof. I was even thinking Midnight Charm because we have so many Death Touch creatures, and when Hexproof is like a 15/15 first strike and all this stuff, if your Death Touch has first strike, it's a nice little trick, but it gets a little too cutesy. 2 more Syphon Life against Burn, which is a very tough matchup. And then Evincar's Justice. I went with all 4. I was messing with 2, 3. I always wanted to see that 4th one against things like Elves and stuff. So anyway, guys, we're going to see how we do, which is just, I told you last week we had a pretty serious deck last week. This week's a little bit more rogue, but I really like this combination in black of just being able to just draw a ton of cards. We've got some life gain built in. And if you look closely, we have 18 potential removal spells, even though we're running 30 creatures and 8 of the 10 of our spells are drawing, and the rest of them just discarding that. But, you know, this does damage, this does damage, this has Death Touch, this has Death Touch, this sacrifices, etc. So pretty cool stuff. I really like this list. It's one of those lists. It's just a lot of fun. If you're feeling kind of down and like, you know, I just want to relax and have a good couple games and just, you know, nothing's really piquing my interest, I recommend giving it a try. Little Fights in the House. All right. So cool. We got an opponent right out of the gates, and we'll see what we can do. Now, I run 20 basics for a very strong reason. I don't like to skip a beat. I love 2 or 3 mana hands with this list, and with the retrace mechanic, a lot of times you get to 3 and you start churning the Stinkweed Imp, and you just want to keep the fuel going. So we'll keep this hand. We've got draw, we've got critters, we got all kinds of good stuff. Yep, looks like mono black. I've been facing this a lot, and that's a pretty good draw against us right out of the gates. Yeah. So anyway, how's everybody's week going? Anybody have any cool stories that have happened in the last bit? I had my third interview at the place I mentioned last week, and next up I meet the creative director, so looks like things are moving forward with that, and I might actually have some very steady work for at least 90 days, as they say, so we'll see. And we hope that they kill stuff on our turn so that we can bone pick some goodness out there, but right now we're really counting on that Village Rites to kind of propel our game plan, but we've got 7 more draw spells in here, so let's see what we can do. I know it's all swamps and tournament practice, and that's what I've been running into, but it's still a lot of fun. And like I said, I'm about 50-50 with mono black. It's frustrating because there'll be games where I've got like 3 bone pickers on turn 4 or something, and it's like, boy, this is an easy matchup. And then there's, the Gary matchups, or like this when you tend to get a little bit flooded if you do keep a 3 or 4 lander. But yeah, Unearth, it's funny, I'm playing an Unearth deck without the spell Unearth, but the cards have it built in there, and a lot of fun when it gets online. And we're not too worried about chittering rats. Gary's the big thing, keeps them in the race, because Stinkweed Imp, once active, we just throw whatever we don't want on the top, and then we activate Stinkweed, and the chittering rats pretty much doesn't have an effect after that. So outside of a bog, that kind of blows, right? Jose Prevista, hey, finally back to the show live. Good to see you. Yeah, it's been a while. Good to have you back. You won't want to miss our first break if you haven't been around for a while, because the hardest edit I've ever done for PauperGanda was the fake horse derby that we did, Pauper themed and such. So, and if anybody does have the 10,000 Pauper points today, keep in mind we will be burning the card at the end of the show. I'll open the window and all that good stuff, so we'll do that. So I don't know why people are attacking the Stinkweed Imp. I'm just afraid I'm not going to activate it. Maybe they've got a bog right behind it. Who knows? Kind of like this mephitic vapor-looking green swamp. Pretty sweet looking. So here, Chittering Rats just helps us bury a swamp, and hopefully we turn over our unearthed cards and we can start getting things back. What's also cool is when you unearth something and then you can Village Rites it or Altars Reap it before it goes into exile, gaining you quite a bit of little nice card advantage. So I like it. So we'll turn over our Stinky. And we got a Dregscape Zombie that shows up. That's pretty cool. We'll throw in, you know what? Let me attack first. See if he blocks, because if he does, then I can just play out the Bone Picker. Sometimes I like to keep these guys back so that I can draw on purpose with them. I'm finding the games I do that, I win. But I'm just showing this as an example here. A lot of people don't even know about this card or Viscera Dragger. They're pretty cool. Always checking on YouTube. All right. Thank you for the support, my friend. Cool. So he gets rid of a nothing card. We get rid of a really good card. And did we play land? Yes, we did. Okay, well, I'll just play the Bone Picker. Save our Imp for later. Yeah, I thought it was a bad block too, but you never know. Sometimes people have that kind of curious factor of just like, what the hell is this guy playing? And see something coming at him with haste. Maybe it gets him a little like, hey, what's going on? Little does he know, except for Bone Picker, we pretty much want everything on our end to die. That being said, there goes our best creature. We've only got 2 left. And we'll play the Stinkweed. He seems a bit removal happy, which we like. There's only 2 other creatures we care about in the list. But now our mana is going to be fine if Retrace or whatnot shows up. We should be all right. Just don't want to have Gary with much food. Because outside of our Fleshbag Marauder and such, we don't really have too many ways of dealing with that. Hey, hey. Paladin 19 in the house. So we bring this out. Alter Reap back up. Let's see if he wants to run into the Stinkweed Imp, since we've already proved that we like to block. Woo! All black all the time today. We'll probably see this deck around Halloween time again, or some version of it, but for right now. Hey, at least it's a black bordered Crypt Rat, right? None of this white bordered stuff. I think I'll just trip this no matter what. It'd be funny if he attacks into that. Cool. Yeah, we'll just do it. Fill up our hand a little bit. Bring the dude right back. Boink. Altars Reap. Draw some cards. We'll make one of them the Imp. Sure. Village Rites shows it down. Boom. There we go. Alrighty. Nope. 1, 2. Play this up. And we'll throw the Imp down just so blockers are discouraged. I'm stuck at 3 mana. Wonder if these holding 2 Garys or not. Who knows? But we choose wrong on that trigger, didn't we? It'd be nice to have Village Rites in our hand, but oh well. Yeah, I think Village Rites is way better than Altar's Reap. Twice as good, actually. Okay. So that's 2 there. Too bad it's not enough. Almost have enough to kill that dude, but that's all right. He spends his whole turn. We take 5. He takes 2 or 4. He takes 7. Forgive me for the incorrect math there. But since our Scorpion died, we're still at 20, so we're feeling pretty good. Oh yeah, our Little Fight and Shiraz both have the link to it. Trying to come up with a better name than Unearthed, but that is kind of what the deck's theme is. Things keep coming back from the yard. One of the other bad things about running in a mono black standard lists is their Bazooka Bog usage. As we turn over Stinkweed Imp again. Ooh, we got a lot of candy in there now. 1, 2, 3. I'll bring this out. And, you know, I think I'm just going to hard cast this. In case he's got a way to deal with Imp, I'll just block, and then we're going to have a pretty mean turn. This is when Bog is really going to hurt us. If you look at our yard right now, we've got 8 haste damage that we can attack for. 2 daggers and the unearth the deck there. So yeah. Yep, I'm using both of them. So we've got 8 draw spells in this at instant speed. It feels pretty cool. Which is also why I didn't go. A lot of people I know in YouTube later, they're going to be like, why didn't you try the Beetle or Carrion Feeder? And it's like, well, I like to build out and not care about quality because there's so much removal in the format. You sit there and you get a 5/5 Carrion Feeder and boom, it gets cast down or whatnot. And it's outside of Bone Picker, we just don't care. We're just all about hitting with volume and good times. There's just so much removal in the format right now. I think building tall is a problem unless you have a way to really protect it. One goes as far as maybe running Apostle's Blessing in a mono black deck, but I could see doing that. Just going to see what we draw here. And that does nothing to us. Anything we draw we could play. I just hope it's not a swamp. Okay, that's fine. I'll do this. Now I want to encourage an attack here. Really don't want to see Gary show up. But if he does, he does. Yeah, I can triple block there. Let me just attack with the Imp here. And that's only 1 damage. I want to encourage the give and go of attack so that I can turn on this yard before Bog shows up. Most people play 1 or 2, and it's getting to be about that time. It's going to hurt us quite a bit, especially if he kills the Imp and then bogs us. Hey, at least it's a... I don't know, are there white... Man, that would be the worst card ever for me to burn. I mean, the best card if there was a white bordered Chittering Rats, but I don't think it was ever made that way. Don't believe so, anyway. Pouring my... Sorry for the pouring sound effects. Actually, it's just pouring. It's not sound effects, but... And here we go. Interesting choice. All right. Well, let's see. I can do that to that, this to that. Let me go here and here. I'll point the damage here, and we'll finally get rid of that pesky problem. Taking 2. All right. If he kills 1, that's fine. We still get Chittering Rats out of the deal if he has a trick for the Perilous Myr. Boom. Is this where we go down? Let's see. Okay, so we'll do the last 2 to here. Heal through the turn. 1-on-1, 13 to 13. But we've got quite a fat little yard here. Don't have a bog. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just went out of the blue with this deck sometimes. People just don't understand the haste mechanic with Unearth because it's just not seen that often. So back in 2012 it was, but I don't understand that move. I'll just bring it back. Here we go. As we come on over for 3. 6. 8. Maybe they'll get the point now. Get him down to 5. But a Gary will get him right back in this, and that would suck. But at least we used up a bit of our yard here. And we've got 5 more haste damage in our yard, so outside of a Gary play and being very shy on blocking, I got some goods here. But you see how cool that is. If we did have Altar's Reap, we weren't playing mono black or whatever, you go and it's going to die anyway. Altar's Reap, draw 2 cards, you know, or Village Rites, that sort of thing. Good times. Alrighty, come on now. Yep, we got his respect now. Okay. Getting a wee bit lucky. 2, 3. We'll do this here. Hey, I thought I paid enough for that. I'm just going to drop the Fiend. And I'm happy to trade a Chittering Rats for this because it means Gary's only going to do 2 damage. So, boom. If I'm playing black hasted creatures. I even thought of playing Crypt Ripper if you want to bring that up. Way back in, like, I think 2013. I believe there was Mono Black ran like a standard set of Crypt Rippers, 2 of them for endgame and Flood and things like that. But that was back when it ran Corrupt and just needed that one extra little kill shot. It's pretty funny back then. Well, we know he's got Gary because he would have blocked otherwise. So he needs that 4 life swing, and we're not out of the woods yet. Gary's quite the roadblock. And I even thought of playing a Shade or some sort of pump mechanic. Order of the Ebon Hand is another card. Old school, protection from white, first strike. And then if you want a mana sink, you can do it. Again, I don't think it's worth it. Not much white cards I'm too worried about out there and that sort of thing. So, well, I'm just going to run into these guys. We do 2 if he blocks or trades anything. Cool. All right, well, let's bring out Dragger. Might as well. Now we don't really care about our yard. Attack here. I could point the Fiend at a creature. I think that might be the better call. I know they're... No. Gary shows up. Cool. Okay, Chittering Rats is dead. Interesting. Okay. Well, he's kind of dead either way, I think. Let's do this. Oop. Sometimes Rakdos mana gets me upset. But see how cool that would be? All these unearthed triggers, you know. It'd be nice if all of our draw cards weren't in the yard, but... That's right. All right, here's a 4-pointer. Get them to 5. We're not out of the woods yet. We're only at 9, so let's not get too cocky. Yeah, that old list. I tried to have Travis on one of the very first propaganda shows. Not the nicest guy. And boink. I'm just going to get rid of this. I'll keep the, devotion numbers down. Get some respect on our little devil's name, right? Clapton Velatepis in the house. Thank you for joining us. Woo! All right, we're at about our standard usage rate. Here we go. Scorpion down. I love when people start playing like edicts against this kind of a deck, but for right now, we'll be happy just chipping away with a Stinkweed Imp here. Eventually, you get to that point where they can't block the little 1/1s because once the 1/1 dies, or the 1/2, or the Perilous Myr, or whatever, it kills them. It's getting dangerously close to that happening now. But, you know, typical. This is usually when another Gary shows up and they start climbing back. But now you could argue if you had, you know, the carrion feeders and stuff, it's like, oh, well, then you would have that. But that just doesn't work that way. That's when they just cast it down, and then you put all that investment in something, and overall, you could have done more damage the other way. So, alrighty, let's attack here with everybody. We need life, if anything, with this dude. Our devil will probably die. Want to stay a little bit ahead of this life. If nothing dies, we just hard cast the Bone Picker. I'm afraid he's got another Corrupt. Haven't seen that card in a long while. Actually, I saw it yesterday, but I thought that was an anomaly. But maybe there's some list out there that snuck out a 5/0 or better with Corrupt. But yeah, not much discard in the format other than other black decks. So sucks to spend 6 mana and just have something force spike. Bink. Corrupt. Writing MBC down, and I don't think it'll be the last time today. At least there's some good art to look at. There's me Halloween costume. I should probably still make a little mask buckle belt here and find some gray robes. And I need gray tights if I'm going to pull this off. That'd be quite the look. Little fight with the handsome mug. Okay. Well, I'm blocking that. I'm preserving my life total. I don't want that turning into an Okiba gang and whatnot. I know it does 3, and we've already seen it corrupt. He's got another Gary behind it. Okay. Well, he's going to gain the life, but it's still dead. I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, is there like a chittering rats behind this? I really want to kill that Serrated Scorpion. Come on, something rights. Village Rites. Let's go. Nope. You know, you'd think we'd have retraced by now in the yard and we could start gaining some life, but against mono black, I don't want to be landlocked and just be stuck there doing nothing. So we'll come over for 3. Yeah, Gangrene Zombie's neat with a Swamp Walk, but it's just you got to wait that whole turn, and it only does 2. It's just why not run Crypt Rats? Which, you know, if you're at this stage of the game, you can just pretty much do instant speed nastiness. Oh, I like this. It's like, is he going to draw Corrupt first? Or are we going to draw some draw card or something valid? Come on. Ugh, not that. 1, 2, 3, but it's another card. At this stage, what we're really worried about is a Corrupt, because that will just kill us. So we have a Syphon Life, one of them. And, you know, we've only got 20 cards left. We haven't seen either of our retrace cards, so it's a little frustrating. We have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of our 8 unearthed dudes, so can't complain too badly. We did smash them out of the blue for like 8 damage that one turn. That was pretty fun. But here, you know, if you got an edict effect or whatever, I just gain life or eat, or you take damage. Either way, yeah, see, this is great. Thank you. Now you go to 1 and we gain 2 life. Now if he does it again, we just kill him before we even attack. Of course, maybe he's got some. He does have 6 swamps, but he needs another for the W there. Okay, pull that one off. I'm sure we'll lose a few. Didn't see too much graveyard interaction, but because our opponent is playing Corrupt, I do want to have access to 2 Raven's Crime, so I'm going to bring that in. What to lose, what to lose. I do want the option of gaining just a little life. I'll just keep it at that. And a lot of death's going to be happening. But Footlight Fiend isn't going to do too much, but it is nice against mono black because if it blocks, it kills whatever it blocks because that 1 damage flips over. Same with Perilous Myr, same with Dregscape Zombie, etc. You know what? I think I'll lose a Dragger or a Bone Picker. I'm not quite sure. All right, we'll lose 1 Dragger. Go from there. Sometimes I really like bringing in 2 Justice against mono black. Problem is, if you get Chittering Rats locked early, it sucks, but it is a nice board wipe option. Because outside of Gary, it kills just about everything in their list. And I don't mind doing it to myself because pretty much other than the Bone Picker, we kind of want everything to die. We'll do that. Chittering Rat says, "You sure you don't want to keep that land in your hand?" Yeah, usually we can escape that. But like I said, even if we did, a lot of times if Stinkweed Imp's in your yard upkeep, you use it almost like a Terramorphic Expanse, but for any card you want. Bit flooded here. We already saw Duress take our early start last time, but we're going to chance it and say keep. Open up our yard. Don't need it that big this early. We'll go okay. And off we go. So how many of you in chat have never seen Dregscape Zombie or God dang it, it's like a repeat of the first game. Take our draw spell and now we're flooded. But how many of you haven't seen that card before? Or those cards? Writes in a picker, live the dream. Yeah. Duress into the dream, live the nightmare. Now, this is when Chittering Rats could really hurt because we don't really have a way around it as of right now. Come on, come on. Altars Reap, Village Rites, something good. All right. Fortunately, they know what we're playing when we do this, or they know the rest of our hand, but I hope they didn't get rid of their edicts. I love when people play edicts against this. And once, you know, somebody knows your hand and they see double Bone Picker, they're a lot less likely to block your little dudes. So get a lot of free shock damage in. Yeah, that's actually where I first, I think a lot of us first saw any success with it was in the that initial rats build, but that used the and I tried that for a little bit, the discard rotting rats, which has unearthed, but yeah, a lot of times I don't want to discard the thing that I like in my hand. I thought of Mesmeric Fiend because we have such a sacrifice element, right, with Village Rites and stuff, but I think it's a bit too situational. All right, like this play. And we'll do this because this is a better blocker. But anyway, Mesmeric Fiend's great in theory when you have Village Rites in hand and it's on the stack, but that's, yeah, it's few and far between. Okay. So he takes 3, uses 2 bits of removal, and we're kind of stuck on our lands here, and he knows it. That's okay. Chittering Rats here is going to suck, but then we just Bone Picker. It'll get killed, and then we Bone Picker, and it'll get killed, and then we're drawing even, I guess, is how we shall phrase it. Here comes Rats. Yep. There we go. Put that on top. And away we go. And I will block this all day long. I don't like Devotion to reach anything respectable, because that's how you lose in this matchup. Other than that, our stuff kills our stuff, and good times. Barba Pocha, nice to hear from you. I don't think we've ever seen you here before. Well, he's making up for the bad rats in the first game. 2 of them paying off here. Go for the red. Keeping me honest. Let's go, rat. Any day. Any other deck? I wouldn't trade this, but against mono black, I know Gary's right around the corner. Come on over. Ah, I thought so. No. All right, now Rats is dead. Too bad. 2 of them are already out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop. And might as well attack. He's probably just going to kill that, and then we'll get Gary to death this game, and then we'll go to game 3. You can see why I like Evincar's Justice here about this time, but not with a rat sitting across from me. But, you know, maybe I'll bring it in. Let's just see how it goes. You are not my supervisor. I didn't know there was a icon for Chit. All right, there he is. Waiting for Gary, is that what we're doing here? I think he's waiting for more discard. I'm just going to attack here. He's at 13. Gary shows up, we're screwed. I don't want to play the waiting game, waiting around for Gary and getting attacked with Bone Picker and not blocking, so. Ha. Okay. What's going on here? He's sitting on Okiba and he's like, come on, hold on to a card, please. I said, never. Anything's good here. Any of our draw spells, Stinkweed, anything. Want something. Yep, there's Gary. 2, 4, 6, 7. Wham! He's right back in it, and we're just about even. Not after this swing. 5, 6, 7. Not nice. Come on, Stinkweed. 2, 4, 6. 1 more mana, and he's got Chainers. That will be a problem if we don't draw much more else. Gary's like, or Grey Merchant's like Vegas. When it works big, it's awesome. That's all anybody ever remembers. They don't remember those hands where it just sits there. I'll trade with a rat. Just got a sign in blood at our face. We're going to be in trouble, but. I often bring up the Vegas metaphor. We got lethal next turn if we can survive here and he goes all out and doesn't have anything. I'm really surprised nobody's made a deck that's like tier 2 or better that blinks Gary as its option. So what has he got? Corrupt? I'm going to attack first. If he attacks first, we know he didn't draw Gary. Okay, so he doesn't have Gary in the hand. What's he got? 2, 4. He draw a swamp, and no, he would have done that first. I don't think we're going to survive this attack, but we'll see. Even Okiba kills us here. Is that what he's got? Nope. It's a mystery. It's probably just a corrupt. We already saw one. Do we live? Do we live? Come on. Yep, that was my first guess. Nice, but you see, Dregscape would have been 8 haste damage. We would have been able to swing over for the W there. So we'll all be all right there. Say begin. Ha! I'm not going to bring in our justice. Maybe over Fleshbag. Not too worried about that. I like Fleshbag because we like to be able to sacrifice our own dudes. I think we're just going to do the superstitious shuffle. And then hope for the best. Boop. Propaganda hype. Thank you, Mtmentat. And please sign here with your blood. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a different build of, what's that called? Rogue Black Rovers or whatever. It's so different now. I just call it Blackburn. I've got I think I have 5 versions of that deck. I just love that deck. But this is, a brother of that, a cousin maybe. Yeah, we want to play first. Okay. We're going to keep this hand because of Village Rites. Got a nice low curve, and hopefully he doesn't have a first turn duress again. I'll bring out the Scorpion, and hopefully we can draw 2 cards off of it. One of them be a swamp, and then we can start making him discard things like Corrupt and Gary's 3, 4, and 5. 5? 3 and 4. That's what I meant to say. So he got a duress for the 3rd game in a row? He does. Probably the same target, too. I'd like to show you Village Rites on turn 2. It happens a lot, but not against main deck duresses. That's pretty crazy. It's not like we saw multiple duresses over the course of the game, right? It's always that one. Let's see here. 2 can play that game. Just give me a swamp. There we go. We'll say you go that way. See what he discards. Fire with fire sort of mentality, right? We give them a choice though, and we'll bring out Scorpion. Wow, he does play 2 duresses. I just thought he was getting very lucky drawing 1. Oh shit. Sorry for the swear word. Just clicked right over. Mini punt number 1. I'm sure there'll be some more. There we go. We'll bring out our Perilous Myr. So even here, a chittering rat, what do you call, Crypt Rat out of the blue still yields us 4 life and them a lot less. Okay. Let's just play it for now. We'll Myr here, and we'll attack. He knows what's in our hand. If chittering shows up, that's fine. We'll just siphon. Sometimes it's enough to keep you ahead of Gary, but probably not corrupt. Cool. Let's gain 2 life. And you lose 2 life. That's such a cool black ability. I wish they would print more cards like that. I guess they have enough. You don't want to flood it. Scorpion's such crazy value. All right, there it is. This would be really nice to draw some draw here, but all right, I guess we don't. Let me do this. I'm just going to play the swamp. Now the rest of them we'll just keep. Come on over for 1. We're safe from edicts, but not much else. Oh, cool. Unfortunately, I got to point it at this stage, but I'll keep his board nice and clean. I hope he's got 4 chittering rats in his hand right now. I think he kept probably a 2-lander, and he had Sign in Blood. It's a good keep. So now, this is why I love Retrace so much. We can't draw bad. We draw a land, we have options. If we draw something, we play it. It's also why I run 20 basics, so we have lots of options. 1, 2, 3. Let's just stay ahead on life here. Not too worried about Gary. Oh, I kept it for Retrace. And then I got rid of it right away with Retrace. Huzzah! Yeah, I'm really tempted to throw 2 Gurmag Anglers in this. But, well, let's see. You know what? Let's just play this out. Make him use some removal. He's close enough to death. He's probably got to use a cast down or use up his turn on an edict. And then we come at him for 3 next turn with hasty goodness. It's a big body. It's a terrible card by itself. But you add that you're getting 2 creatures out of it and you can cycle it. Sometimes, keep that in mind, a lot of times you can, so that ate up his turn and we're still going to hit him for 3. You can, like if you're at 4 and their opponent's at 3, I mean you have 4 mana, you cycle it and then you attack for a Black Lightning Bolt. A lot of people don't see that line. Okay, so let's bring out a creature. See now if he's got an edict, he's got to deal with it, and it's really a bad creature to spend a card on, but at this stage you kind of have to. Now if we draw pretty much anything, we got him, even if it's a land. Come on, chittering rats, join the party. I did remember, or did I? Yes, I did. My napkin. Ah. Okay. It has been so nice and overcast. We've actually had a little bit of sun lately, but I've been loving it. My wife's been hating it. Got the mephitic vapors of soda. How's that for a... Right, is that a... I think that's a common, right? Mephitic vapors? Yeah. Anything's good. We like that. Now if he kills it, we'll have something to say about that. You know what? How about we kill it? Let's kill our own dude. We'll just bring him back next turn. Cool. Oh, look at that. We could do quite a bit of stuff here. I know I said I was going to keep our lands, but I'm not going to. Not going to do it. Well, should I? You guys think I should hold it on? Give him a rat's chance? Keep it. I know we do have Syphon Life here. Yeah, I'll keep it. Chittering only buys him. He's still dead. I'll attack with that, the zombie, and then the thing. So, boom, boom. So this is when it's fun for the Myr to die. I love, love, love those games when your opponent's at like 2 or 3 life. And yeah, like this. You just, how about I attack? So we'll siphon here. And I'm not even going to do the zombie. I'm just going to attack. So I like the cruel psychology there. It's like, go ahead and kill it. All right. So we take down mono black. I'm sure we'll lose to it today. Like I said, it's all Gary dependent. We got a little lucky with our opponent not drawing much land there. So, yeah. Good times. All right. I'm just going to jump right in here. We'll take a break after this next one. I'll go... Oh, no. Why, everybody's Johnny on the spot today. That's nice. God, what was it last week? I think we were waiting like a minute or two each time. It was like, good lordy, what's going on here? I think there was a big Thing going on. Hey, Akbar's in the house. Good to see you. All right, we'll keep. Very rare to have a one-land hand in this, and usually I'll keep it with the Village Rites, but I don't like this hand. I'll mulligan this. We have a two-lander. We'll keep. Bone Picker seems a bit far away. Dragger draws. I'll get rid of the Dragger. We'll unearth him later. Stuff will die in the meantime. Hopefully Bone Picker will go all the way. Yeah! No, I really like this list. Not going to win any big-time tournaments or anything, but like I said, it's one of those decks that just, you kind of feel down in the dumps, and you're, you want to play Magic, but you're kind of like, I'm tired of that deck, tired of this deck, tired of that. Give this one a spin. I think you'll really like it. Plays pretty good against fairies because we just have so many ways of blocking with Stinkweed Imp, and then if these guys start going off, it turns our fodder into their best stuff. Good times. Tempted to just play this out because I don't want to walk into Spellstutter Sprite. But I like that against... just going to maximize my mana here. Whoop. Here we go. What is this? Familiars? Yep, here we go. Interesting. This is kind of interesting if I really want to get a Village Rites here because the Sunscape, I can kill it. Without that, I can't really, but we'll see how daring they are. So when you really want that Altar's Reap, that Myr just turns all of our stuff into lightning bolts. But I like to hesitate here. Like, I'm thinking, damn it, I wish you blocked so that he thinks I do have it. We don't. Hopefully we'll draw into it. For a few reasons. These decks always run 4 snaps, and so it's always fun to have instant kill your own dude stuff in response to that. Yeah, Familiars is a pain. Oh, it's a different angle. Look at this. Remember this? Everybody was trying to make this card work when it first came out. Can have any number of these. Well, we don't mind attacking into that. Those are probably good blockers most of the time. But we want our things to die. Come on, something good. Not another land. Boy, we're really getting a wee bit flooded. Hot top. That Bone Picker is just going to get snapped. Interesting. All right. They know what they're doing. Well, that'd be funny to put it on the Myr, but I'll just point it at their face. How much you want to bet this gets snapped? I'll keep that swamp back, posing like it's draw. I mean, we would have used it by now had it been, but yeah, it's pretty synergistic. Little hooky alert. I know in about a month I'm going to be out a week, and I know Little Fight. Little Fight, are you gone the next 2 weeks? Starting next week? I think we're going to lose you, right? All right, Snap, show up. Well, let's go. Cool, we've got options here. Let's attack. Yeah. So we really like to be milled, so I don't even care about killing those guys. All right, so yeah, Little Fight's going to be gone the next 2 weeks, then we're going to be around for about a week, and then I'm going to be gone, so be a little quiet on the front. All right, let's do the damage here first. I don't know if it's worth killing the Sunscape Familiar here with the Myr damage, because he might just have a snap. That would feel really dumb, and I'm not too worried given how this one's playing out. I don't know. What do you guys vote? I think we should just point it at their face at this stage. Let's do this. I'm going to just point it at their face. Give me some creatures. Okay. Yeah, let's see him block the Dragger, right? I almost want to discard that Imp. Yeah, if he had Snap, I guess you could argue he probably would have snapped the Bone Picker there, but This represents a 2-turn clock if he doesn't have snap, which has already shown us he doesn't. And if he counters it, yeah, I'm going to play a Stinkweed Imp here. But I'm on a 2-turn clock. He's got so many blockers. Not sure Dragger's going to do too much. I might want to just cycle it. Okay, we really like getting milled. There's more fodder. He's thinking like, uh-oh, I'm giving him fuel. Not that I'm going to attack with a Dregscape Zombie. I'll probably take those out given all the 0-3s and 1-3s. It's pretty rare that those are going to do too much. I mean, they do draw you a card if we have an Altar's Reap set up, but who knows. Let me cycle this. Then we'll play it. And we'll just play this dude here. I think that was a bit of a punt there. If he did top deck snap there, it's totally free and safe to do it now. I should have waited on that second main for the other Scorpion, but he at least has to commit a blocker here. I'll face the deadly consequences of black skies. That'd be a cool name for the deck. There's a lot of flying going about. Yeah, we like that. Look what they just unearthed. Syphon Life. 2 activations and you're dead. This guy's like, oh, really? I had to run into an unearthed deck. Oh, okay. It's the text from my boy. Boy, they got all kinds of petitioners. Yeah, let's take out Dregscape Zombie. I'll just go crazy with... Now, be careful. Actually, no. Because they can have any number of those, and it's going to pay for them to have quite a few. So I was going to say watch out for the switcheroo strategy. Maybe they're trying to make you think that, but you got to invest too much in the petitioner's plan. So this stuff's just like indefinitely blockable. It's probably the first matchup I've ever taken those out. So yeah. We'll bring in Fleshbag Marauders and 2 Syphon Lifes. 3 flying, 3 flying. Life doesn't care. It'll kill stuff. Kill, kill, kill. Footlight Fiend, maybe. We've still got Raven's Crime here. I don't know. Do we even... Maybe we just lose Raven's Crime. Yeah, we'll keep it. The scenarios. Woo! Ah. wait. I struggle with playing Bird so silly. Oh. Yeah. Little Fight and I tend to get together over games only when having a few. It's kind of a bad friendly habit we have together. It's just kind of get together and party together online because we're so many states apart. All right, we'll keep this. Really want you guys to see there's some times when you just draw so many cards with this list and you're just like, point at your face, draw 2, take 2, do this, now I gain 2 life, I'm drawing 2 more cards, and such good times. And yet again, it's what, the 5th black deck I've shown you that isn't your standard mono black deck, right? There's many ways to build. You don't have to get stuck in the rut of Garyland. Not that that's a bad card. I kind of hope the burning cards cools off for a little bit. But if you got it, we'll do it. But if you saw the top of the show, every time we do it, I update that. But I think we've got a surprise. Nim Chimpskey, I hope you haven't mentioned it in the chat, but Nim Chimpskey reached out to me on email, and we've got some pretty fun stuff coming from the Netherlands. But I don't want to make it a public thing because I don't want to just start getting a bunch of things in the mail. So, but it'll be pretty cool. All right, so this is going to die. We'll do 1 damage here. And we'll double Bone Picker. That's a pretty fast clock. Unless he's got Echoing Echoing Truth. That's the one I'm thinking about. Yeah, well, I'll just say that there is a surprise, right? Interesting strategy there. Okay, well, our retrace plan's a little ruined, but we'll make do with those Gigantor flyers. Boop. Cool. I'll keep my graveyard nice and safe. We'll bring this out kind of unblockable with that petitioneers attacking here. And if they block the right way with the little change thing, then I'll just draw 2 cards and shoot them in the face. Excuse me. Alrighty. Fleshbag Marauder. Whoa. Such a cool card. I'd rather draw cards. Let's attack. Oh, okay. I don't like that. Holy Day. Okay. Let's draw some cards. We'll still do damage this turn. White bordered Holy Day. I gotta take this guy down. I'd like to burn that. Oh, I drew him pretty good there. Bone picker number 3. Better have a bunch more Holy Days. Won't lie, I'm very glad this isn't the standard Familiars build. I think we'd be in the L column fighting for Game 2 life. No offense. Yeah, if you build this deck, please keep the 20 land count and just play it for a while. It's very important that way. All right, we're going to walk into a Holy Day. Or are we? Are we just going to win here? Oh, no. Okay. So we could just Syphon Life at the end of that one. We got one more card in hand. Whoa. We've got all kinds of fuel. Nice to see it work, right? We'll play Fleshbag Marauder. And I wasn't thinking that one through. I was thinking I was going to Rites, but then we're going to lose one of our birds. I guess we'll just lose our dude. For some reason I thought I had a Dregscape I was going to do in response to that, but just miscounted. It's not from lack of practice. I played this all week, so. Boink. Takes away all of our food. Oh well. Now our Syphon Life's going to go live. Outside of... okay, we don't really care about the bounce. Alright, cool. Bit of a wash there. Hey everybody, I'm going to go use the restroom and get some more coffee. But coming up is the edit I'm the most proud of here at PauperGanda. Please go find it on YouTube, or one of our guys can maybe find the link to the just the video. This is the one I really expected Wizards to maybe share or something, because it was just so out there and weird and just in good fun. We mentioned Richard Garfield and everything, and a lot of you in the chat are mentioned here. So anyway, without further ado, here's the first ever 16th annual Pauper Derby. Enjoy, everybody. Be back in just a bit.
Welcome to the 16th annual Pauper Derby. Infamous jockey Cooper the Red riding horse 11, Dead Wind. And they're all in line, ready for the start. Jace with the call.
And they're off. Una's Grace feared out at the break, and the filly Momentary Blink came out strongly leading the stampede. Weather the Storm and Skewer the Critics are right behind, and Shenanigans is fourth early on. Then Lightning Colt on the outside, Dead Weight outside of Gut Shot. Una's Grace is next. White Bordered Nightmare is racing 9 lengths from the front. Then Gleeful Sabotage on the inside and Bump in the Night. So Richard Garfield's horses are 1-2 into that first turn. Number 5, Weather the Storm is leading Skewer the Critics. By half a length, the opening quarter mile was slow, 24.48 seconds. Lightning Colt is third to the outside while going 3 wide on that turn. An epic confrontation on the rail is Momentary Blink, and number 3 Shenanigans are between those two, racing just 3 lengths off the lead as Skewer the Critic sticks his neck in front of the backstretch, taking over from Weather the Storm now. Lightning Colt and Shenanigans right there in contention. Momentary Blink fifth, and then Una's Grace on the outside. Gut Shot and White Bordered Nightmare sent through on the inside. Dead Weight and Bump in the Night. 47.65 was a half mile, and an early vote now. Momentary Blink comes through on the inside of Skewer the Critics, and the two of them are now matching strides as they race for the far turn. The fillies in front, Momentary Blink by a neck. Skewer the Critics on the outside second. Lightning Cold is third. Shenanigans is coming under pressure. He has to do better. After that, in fifth position comes Gut Shot. 3/4 up in 111.24, and they're into the stretch, and it's Momentary Blink, the filly, and last year's winner, Skewer the Critics. They are nose to nose as they arrive at the final furlong. Momentary Blink digs into the rail. Skewer the Critics on the outside. These two putting on a show. Last year's winner and the filly, Momentary Blink inside, Skewer the Critics outside, then nose to nose all the way to the wire, and it's going to be a photo finish. The filly, Momentary Blink, wins. Skewer the Critics was with her on the wire, and Dead Weight was dead last. The final time was 1 minute 53 and 1.
From the volcano of Balaku to the leech-ridden swamps of Agadir, cast off all your inhibition at the only casino in all Dominaria. Experience the pinnacle of personal pleasure. Venture boldly at Rakdos Casino, and may all your underworld dreams come true. Rakdos Casino, the place for premium pleasures.
The place for premium pleasures. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their horse race. Placed your bets wisely. I sure wish there were 10 of me and I could do one of those a week, but man, that just took forever. Anyway, so this is the list we're playing. We're already in the queue for the next one here. So yeah, I really like this deck. Unearthed with a big retrace element. Big surprise coming from me, right? But if we look at the curve, I mean, we think about it, this is kind of a 1-drop, right? This is kind of a 2-drop. This is kind of free, and yeah, so this is kind of how the curve plays out in theory, because Bone Picker's 90% of the time played for 1 mana. We have lots of things and ways to kill stuff, but the other big point of the deck is Village Rites and Altar's Reap. Just 4 and 4, and we don't care if our stuff dies because it does 2 damage, or we unearth it and it's going to die anyway. So a lot of fun. All right. Wow. 20 basics, and this happens. That's all right. Mulligan. We like this hand. We'll keep it. What to get rid of? What to get rid of? I'll get rid of Stinky. Boop. Okay. Alrighty, everybody. Where'd the chat go? Everybody got real quiet. And away we go. Pauper Derby. It's very fun. Alright, thank you for that, Akbar. I think our opponent is MIA. Okay, there we go. Ooh, good. Different deck. As long as we keep things nice variety, nice and different. We'll lead off with the Scorpion here. Okay. Probably followed by an island, I would imagine. Brainstorm. This is some miracle deck. We're going to see Thermal Alchemist and Delver of Secrets. Always like that style. Yeah, Costly Plunders, pretty cool. Oh, okay. So we got the standard fare here. Cool. Alrighty. Probably want to bring out Myr. It's because it's very good against ninjas. Sure, the removal is going to be pointed at the Scorpion and not the Myr for obvious reasons. Yeah, Costly Plunder's definitely got better artwork. Do we have a ninja in our future? No. Okay, that's fine. We'll go like that. What's more likely to get killed? Let's attack. I'll lead off with the Fiend here. See if there's a sprite in our future. There probably is. We'll have a Myr right behind it. No? Okay. Well, we'll still have a Myr right behind it. He's got like electric, right? It's like, whoa, that's going to be painful. Hey, boy, they're not counter happy at all. I let that Footlight Fiend just slip right on through. Cool. Now we really want a Village Rites. Even if it gets countered, the sacrifice effect doesn't. And once these are out, they're kind of like Seal of Fires, right? You can't really counter them. You can react to them, but cool. Is there a ninja in our future? There is. Okay, we need a sack outlet. Now I feel like a fool for getting rid of... What the hell is this? That's a first. An intrusive program just like, listen to me. Look at me. I'm needy. Well, I can't really do anything with these guys, but I'm just hoping that he kills something here. You know what? I think I'm going to keep back 2 dudes. Can't really kill that one. No, I'll attack with 2. Kills it, the ninja goes down. If Faye jumps in front of this, I shoot that. And either way, I'm going to get my 2 life back. One, 2, 3. Oh, gain some life. Sure wish I could get those bone pickers out, but they're probably just going to eat Screds. One of the issues with this design in removal heavy decks like Mono Black, or probably what we're facing here, is that, you know, a good player is not going to invest their removal in the stuff that's going to hurt their investments or their faces anyway. And so, but you could argue it's kind of like a free duress, right? You play a bone picker and it goes unmolested for a turn, you know they don't have it. It's by far and away our best creature. It's just it acts as removal too with that death touch. Alrighty. Yeah, Perilous Myr against a lot of removal fade decks is just stops ninja kind of cold. Like they want to kill it, but they can't. But you know. I think I'll just attack here. He wants to block it. It'll trade if not. No. I probably should have gone in because of the bone picker play, but I'm going to turn on our yard here.
Is that beautiful? And then you're gonna have the same. If you're financially smart enough to play Pauper instead of other formats, your money may not be sure what to do with itself. At Augur Financial, we'll help it save for the future, combining careful study with our new ThoughtCast app. Augur Financial, learning from the tragic lessons of other formats.
Huh. All right. How's this? Are we back? Commercial is playing by accident. I don't think I hit any, that little antivirus thing that came up. Are we back? No, I haven't hit any buttons. I think it was, wait, am I back? Yes or no? Can you guys see gameplay? That's question 1. Okay. Yeah, I think that antivirus thing that popped up and I clicked on it, I don't know what, but I haven't hit any keys there, so sorry for the interruption there, guys. Oh, how weird. Yeah, I didn't hit that one at all. That's very strange. Okay, we'll bring this back. Let's bring out Dregscape Zombie. Shall we? No, let's just... You know what? I think we're just going to attack here. Stuff dies, it dies. We'll keep the zombies in the yard. Gain some life here. Thanks for the update, though. One of these years I'll monitor my feed. I just don't like it going into the intrusion of, you know, bandwidth of the feed. Keep it as pure as possible. Down that goes. As we play double bone picker. They'll probably both eat Skreds. I've already seen a lightning bolt take something down, but counter. All right. Let's try another one. He knows what the last spell is, right? And I'm sure Skred's going to take that. Oh, maybe not. Well, they probably just drew it. Okay. He be the monarch. We know a sprite's in the hand. And probably going to react to that bone picker attacking. Like that. Let's bring out this Stinkweed Imp. It'll just keep coming back. Probably lose Fleshbag Marauder in this matchup. If I do that, I can take that down. Well, let's just do that. He wants to commit the Spell Stutter Sprite to its fate. Okay. What's funny is when they have to counter like the... Or can you counter on Earth? I forget. I don't think that's counterable. Yeah, that's right. It isn't. But when... What is funny is when they put it on the stack and it's like, oh, there's nothing there to react to. Yeah, that's why Rotting Rats is sometimes a really good call against control decks, because you know they're holding that one counter spell and you're like, oh yeah, what's this? And they're like, it's like, nope, don't work. Wish they would do a few more of those so this card could be a bit more relevant and not just answered to, but what you gonna do? A pretty competitive little game here. Fighting for the Monarch. That Perilous Myr causing all kinds of headaches. They're probably going to bring in Bounce if they have access to it in the next game, but... What are you going to show us? Skred. Okay, bye-bye, Bone Picker. Come on, it's not that big of a secret. We know you're there, Skred. It's one land. Man, my hands are cold. Just out of the blue. The rest of me's fine. Circulation? No! I was really shocked how expensive Skred was when I put it in that list and we posted it on, I forget what deck list that was, but yeah, it was pretty shocking. Okay, here we are. Really like to draw some draw spells here. Our opponent has 3 times as much mana as us. Thank you for that, Nim Chimpskey. the deck list if anybody's so inclined. But this list, I think, runs under 20 tickets. Uh-oh. Is that a Stinkweed Imp frustration disconnect? We'll give him to the bottom of 17 to get it back here. Pretty sure our opponent, let's see here. Yeah. We'll see if he comes back here. Maybe they saw 2 lands and they just got depressed. They're like, damn, Stinkweed. If I kill it, it just comes back. Can't attack in a Perilous Myr. It'll kill my ninja. If we consider an all-out attack here, well, he could double block this to kill. He still loses Monarch. If either of these dies, shoot that. This dies, I could pick off something else. Or, depending. I mean, even this trades with Augur, so Perilous Myr is just super underplayed. I think it's one of the better cards out there. Hey, he's back. All right. Maybe he's not afraid. This is when we lose. Welcome back. If it wasn't such an old reference, I never watched it, that Welcome Back Kotter song. I just know it from skits and like Saturday Night Live when they do little, there was a really funny one with Travolta where he acted things out. It's from Saturday Night Live. They just kind of did this like really gangster style Welcome Back Kotter. It was pretty funny, but I'm going to give this guy to, let's say 1630, and then I'm going to go find another opponent because this is just boring. I don't know if his computer's froze up or what, but there's no, like, dude, where are you? Did you disappear again? So yeah, at this stage, you know, these decks can deal with critters, but the problem is Perilous Myr. Block the ninja, kill. Block anything else, kill the ninja. Yeah, it does seem like that, but I'm not going to sit here for minute after minute staring at the same screen, so. All right, we're out of here. Doink. And we'll just go off to the next match. Boink. Everything's acting up here. Hello. Hello. What is going on here? Apologies, everybody. My goodness. I want to control delete and see what's going on, but I do that at the beginning of the show, so I know it can't be too much, but very strange. We keep having these issues. We'll have to see you next week. This is a first with this software. I've never had any hiccups with this. So, oh, all right. Well, we'll just, he knows what we're on. We know he's on. We'll see if this happens again. Maybe we won't get stuck at 3 lands this time. There we go. Cool. Keep. Got a nice curve out here. Pretty easy to count to 2, right? Boop. Everybody cool in the chat? Any other hiccups? Seems like we're kind of having a Friday the 13th show here, technically. Come on, Fairy. Jump on out. Woo! Okay. There it is. Oh man, my family and I got into air frying. God, they're so cool. Everything's good in an air fryer. So yummy. Just digging it. All right, let's bring out the Myr. And getting up behind the scenes. Look. Yeah, every once in a while, back in the day, I remember like Windows would do some update, and it was always, of course, on the day you're streaming or whatnot, and I'd be like, son of a... I was like, leave me alone. Ninja didn't learn his lesson. I think we're just gonna... We'll leave our Myr back. Yeah, I think we're just gonna draw. We'll attack, shoot the dude. Play from the front. And get tempo back, especially slipping under that probably counterspell. Do 2 here, draw 2. Hopefully we draw into a you know who. Sacrifice this, shoot this, draw 2 cards. Cool. And it would have been nice if we drew a land. Oh well. Here we go. Yeah, one of my favorite recipes in that air fryer is I just cut like finger-sized carrots and a little bit of oil, a lot of paprika, some pepper, and garlic salt. Kids just love it. Eat them like French fries, and it's good for everybody. I'm surprised my skin doesn't turn orange with the number of carrots I eat. I like them raw. I like to dip in them. Good stuff. That and artichoke hearts. Love those. Okay, there's that dude. We'll just keep attacking into this. I believe Dregscape Zombie's no good other than attacking all in or being more ninja speed bumps. So come on, give us a land. Cool. We can just double play here. And I'll just cast this dude. It's just one of those things, you know, they've got to deal with it. Just sits there, their ninja never attacks, but it's funny when they have to use a scred on a zombie that just keeps coming back. But we'll just keep picking at things here. And if they pull the whole wait and counter stuff, we'll just cycle the Dragger and attack for 3. Black Lightning Bolt. If he blocks, we trade. And hopefully we draw. Actually, I really want Ultra's Reaps in this game and not, what's the other one? Village Rites, because Spellstutter Sprite is in town. So a lot harder to counter the 2. Don't see it coming as much. Oh, I didn't know that, Captain. But I know, just like most things, there's good and bad versions of stuff. But pretty much anything in the vegetable world is pretty good for you, though. As long as it's not this kind of sugar you're sprinkling on things. Well, I did not know that. Yeah, Kaya's Ghost Form. That's the card my son kind of educated everybody on. At least that was the first I ever heard of it. He loves that card. It's great when you have what is it? Journey to Nowhere it even works on. That's really fun. Alrighty. We like lands. I think I'm just going to attack here. Yeah. Let's see. Let me just hardcast this now. So we're out of sprite range and have to think twice about what he wants to kill. I'll come at him with the Myr. We've got enough stuff out. I want to... yeah, sure. No, I'll keep it back. I'll trade the Myr for the Augur right now. Okay, or not. It's got like Electrickery here. Take out 3 things. Take 4. I gain 2 life. Well, 2.5 things. It's always tough to do the math with things that kind of have that half value, right? So, good spell on something that's just going to come back. That's cool. I did not know that, Captain. Well, it's not affecting my bottom line. It makes up for it in how full it makes you. It's hard to beat that crunch. I'll have to check that out, though. Yeah, what's your background, Captain Vlad Tepes? You a nutritionist or something, or you just happen to know that through the ether? Viscera Dragger. Come on, opponent. Don't slow roll me again. There we go. It's the revenge tour. Everybody ought to speak up in the chat with what your profession is, just in general. Don't have to get too specific. Just be kind of a neat curiosity. I guess they don't have another ninja in their hand. Alrighty. Well, let's do this. And we'll attack. Let's keep this dude back. CNC programmer. What does that stand for? Software engineer. What's your title now? You used to be a nuclear power plant engineer. I know that's no longer the career path you've chosen to be on. Radish, or am I go? Oh, I'll have to check that out. Let me write that there. Radish. I like those too, and they have that nice little kick to them too. So, maintenance manager. All right, he doesn't want things to die, that's for sure. Alrighty. I don't want to walk into a sprite here. I'll keep this back. If he can mess with something, we might cycle it. Electronic engineer, maritime specialty, Jose Prevista, nice. Computer numerical control. That just sounds like computers are all ones and zeros. All right, let me cycle this. Just if we draw into, well, I guess Village Rites isn't going to do too much here because he's probably got a counter for it. I just like that he's using a Scred on that. Okay, you take 2. And away we go. Can't be killing too many more things. Start pointing things at his face. Gonna have to start blocking. Are using good spells on bad spells. Just trying to stay away from the Dregscape Zombie. I know I can flash it back, but that Augur is kind of getting my goat because it stops my 2/1s from attacking. That's why I'm risking my Perilous Myr to go into perilous battle and hoping to trade. Man, my hands are so cold. It's not cold in the house either. What is a black radish, Captain Vlad Tempest? I don't like this at all. This is a bane right here. I can run into that, but let's see what we're going to reveal here. 4 cards in hand. Another Scred. This case he's talking about. Okay. That Scred's probably going to be aiming at our come from the dead Viscera Dragger. Hunger Finance getting in the way. I hope it's not the commercial that's getting in the way. I hope that's just the joke of what we just saw. So now we had some technical issues. Okay, what shall we do? Well, let's bring this back from the deck because it's probably going to eat a Scred, but that'll clear the way for another zombie to show up. Right? Yeah, let's do that. Hurrah. Let's attack. Let's just get fearless. Attack with everything. He is at 7 after all. This represents 4 once they die. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now to kill him or to hit that? I'm going to start pointing stuff at the face here. 2 to you. Now that Scorpion, fortunately, can be blocked just indefinitely now. I wish that wasn't the case. Play a swamp. Really don't want to walk into a sprite, but we can always play it from the yard next turn. Hopefully he sees this as kind of an inferior spell and it's just going to come back. So I'm trying to bait him, but we all know I'm just holding on to a swamp. So it's a bigger radish, like 1 or 2 inches in diameter, about 12. Oh. I like strong taste. I don't have much of a taste, so I tend to like foods that have quite a bit of hit. Okay, we have an unkillable Serrated Scorpion, folks. If we see a ninja show up, we'll just keep him back on defense, and then that'll be that. As it sits now. Be so fun to have a Syphon Life show up at this stage. Looks good. Oh. That's kind of strange. God, I wish we had Altar's Reap now. don't see Cursed change much anymore, but you know, with the Delver or Gurmag Angler fairies being so prominent, that's probably a pretty good call in the metagame right now. But I'll block it. And if I'm going to sacrifice anything, it's going to be that Scorpion. Down he goes. Oh, come on, deck. Son of a gun. Let's sit back and wait for our card draw. So even if it gets countered, the Scorpion will die and it'll eat the rest of their life. There's so many cards we can draw here, and we're drawing swamps, but I'm sticking to it. I think 20 basics is the right call. And we usually have a yard full of options and retrace and things like that. And Stinkweed Imp's coming back. We're just not drawing the best right now. That's fine. Maybe they'll forget the haste trigger. Okay. Cursed change is so irritating when it's like every upkeep. It's like that antivirus thing. It's just like, hey, remember me? Yeah, I'll stop at 7 mana. Little fight. There's mathematical reasons for it with the list. That's the stop hold, unless you're up against mono black and you don't want to get landlocked against chittering rats. But come on over. Go ahead and turn it into a ninja. See if I care. Might want to cross off Scred. We've already seen that get played. Tap in here. Anything other than a land. Cool. If he counters it, we still win. Can counter the draw, can't counter the effect. This is it fairy? All right. Okay. Raven's Crime I like. I like these two. Fleshbag Marauder just feels a little inferior here. I'd take that out. Kind of like Geth's Verdict. Or do I put in another crime and another Syphon Life? Go from there, right? Justice is kind of interesting. Of course, just gonna get countered for the most part. Don't see too much graveyard interaction in this particular build, so I'll leave Spellbomb where it's at. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Probably bring in a crime and a Syphon, so we have more to do with our spells there. Eat up their hand. Only reason I don't like double crime is against fairies. Sometimes they can get a little obnoxious, but they just have enough creatures that Fleshbag Marauder usually is going to just be taking a 1/1 body. It is nice when you keep this in mind when you bring back something silly like a Dregscape Zombie with Unearth, and then before your end step you play Fleshbag Marauder. That's another angle you can get kind of extra value out of it. Let me do... I don't know. I think we're kind of pre-boarded against this. I think I should just leave it like it is. Somebody speak up. I don't want these games taking too much longer. I think I'm just going to leave it. Let's not overboard. Yeah, I'll just do that. Submit. Let's hope our opponent does that again. Yeah, keep that in mind. Unearth when you, the second time you play it, uncounterable. So a lot of times people they'll be waiting on that and just like, oh, here's my way out, and it's like, no, it isn't. Little clunky here. I'm gonna cycle this. We will keep it because I've got double stink. And double stink. That sounds funny. I'll definitely be drawing another land. These eat counter spells. They just keep coming back. Here we go. I like this first turn. Let's get some value out of that. Wow. That's That's pretty scary. Shows a counterspell discard. Probably means he's got like 5 more, or maybe he's land hurt a little bit. I don't know. Tempting us to do it again. Okay, I like that a lot. I'm just going to keep this open, and then we'll end of turn a Dragger. And when we bring it back, we can sacrifice it to the rights at the end of turn after we attack for 3. Might be the play. We'll see. Heck with burning a card. I want to burn my fingers. I hope you guys are liking the deck here. Doing pretty good against some pretty good lists here, especially the one we're facing at the current moment. I think we had that other game. We definitely had a last game. Cycling here. Show us a land. Oh, no. Okay, well. Let's just play it. I'll at least eat removal. That's the one card he doesn't want to have us show. I'm just staying out of Spell Stutter Sprite land. I'm sure this is dead, and we're only going to be able to do 2 to his face. Nope. Okay, cool. Sorry for Mr. Chili Fingers here. Any NBA fans in the chat? I know things are getting down to crunch time where games actually matter. NBA season, my son, oldest, is really into basketball, and I was the last few years, but during the pandemic, and then like immediately the next season started, and it just too many games that just don't matter. And I think, like most people, my attention span started going south, both with the influx of internet in the last 10 years and attention spans going like this, and then also just too much. So now that the games matter, it means a lot more, seems a little more relevant. Let's see. Well, what shall we do? I don't want to do that. Let's attack first, and I'll probably cycle. I'm just going to stay put in case he's got a Skred for this. I can at least rights. I want to hit my land. I'll cycle now. Cycle. This is a very rare thing that we're hurting for land. Okay. That's an interesting play. I mean, next turn, if the scenario is exactly the same, we can cast Footlight Fiend as bait for the fairy. I don't really love the play, but then we can Village Rites in response. Shoot the Myr, kill the Fae, overkill the Fae. Our Fiend lives, and we draw 2 cards, and hopefully we can just drop a Swamp and play a Bone Picker. How's that for looking a little forward thinking? Yeehaw! Well, scratch that. Now he's got the right mana to counter twice. Strange game. Well, let me attack first. You know what? I'm just going to discard an imp. First, let me cycle. I still might draw land. God, what is going on? This is very strange. I don't want to really discard an imp here. I'll discard the zombie. I like to discard imp so that I can bring it back and smash, but I'm not going to be doing that. So, all right, I'll choose to just run right into that thing. Skred shows up. This is super weird for this deck. Of course, it's doing it against one of the best decks in the format, right? Flooded every other game for good reason. We have a retrace element, but now we're running into this. Frustrating. Okay. Point this at your face. That was actually a pretty good play. And down we go. What on earth is going on? Alrighty. I kind of have our version of that. I don't want to live in fear of that thing too much longer, but I'm just going to play it again. Swamps show up. We've got a lot of hitting power here. 3, 6, 9, 11 damage at haste speed, but we'd need 2, 4, 6, 7 mana available to do that. Reveal the Skred and haven't played it yet, so we'll keep that up. I know if we tripped that Stinkweed, if we threw it in the yard, it would just be swamp, 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 swamp. I'll go in the yard. It's just how it is. Like there's an algorithm. It's like, this is a good deck. You're going to draw bad against it. Oh, come on. This is outrageous. I am, let me attack. I'll shoot that. Yes. We will attempt a bone picker. We know they've got Skred, so it's just, my hand's just so stuffed full. I can get something out there. Either a hard counter. Oh, okay, yeah, well, because he has the other one, right? Well, we'll keep the rights back. I know it's going to just eat a... I'll attempt to do it. I'm going to lose it anyway. Dismiss that. Here comes a sprite. Yep. Can't be living in fear of a sprite for too many more turns here. God, I cannot believe our lack of swamps here. Even that Footlight Fiend kills and blocks a ninja, so not too worried. Just need swamps here. Our resources are... This is very strange. Almost 20 cards in, and half of our deck is swamps. The next half, anyway. We've got a lot of firepower in our graveyard. Let us not forget. Don't mind that. All right, man. Can't do this forever. Let's go. Show me another sprite. Yep. And here's some more food. Oop. I can't believe we're not drawing any swamps. This is outrageous. Yep. And before you ask, I did have Suffocating Fumes for a while in this list. Just kind of go all in with the justice mentality. Which, you know, had I boarded that in and we're staring at it, it wouldn't be doing us any good because it costs 4 to cast. So let's not get ahead of ourselves there. Swamp. Good God. This is just madness. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to zombie this dude out, and then we're going to draw cards off of it. Attack. Pretty silly to kill this dude. And I'm sure they probably got another counter spell. We have done damage. And we might as well draw 2 cards because it's dead anyway. Swamp. Swamp, please. At least we're getting hard counters here. Oh my goodness. This is a first. I've played this for about a week straight. I have never, ever, ever seen this. But like I'm saying tongue-in-cheek style, of course it's against a very good deck. We can't draw good twice against him, right? Barbo Cheppa, thank you for the sub. I vastly appreciate it. You want to race? Let's race. Bum, bum, bum. I'm like fascinated what's going on here. Didn't expect to see that. Oh, Fire Ice. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Hold on. Barbapoka, I think. Good lordy! I cannot get over what is happening to our lands. you really want to counter that? If they kill it, we'll bring it back with the rights. If not, good lordy. Thanks for the content. Been following Pauper on YouTube for a while. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate the love. Good to have you aboard. We are incredibly frustrated right now because I'm playing a deck with 20 basic swamps. It only needs about 3 to operate optimally, and we're stuck at 2 despite a lot of draw and up against a good deck. We won the first game, but I don't think we're winning this one if this keeps up. Good grief. I've never seen software so against me. I don't mind this if it's another rogue list. Ugh. Outrageous. Okay, what shall we do? There's some options. First we'll attack. We might as well. Seems a bit foolhardy to do the other thing. Do I Village Rites here, or do I Altars Reap? I think I Reap, and then I hopefully cast Bone Picker and it'll live. I doubt it will. Let's do it now, though. Pay 2 and Reap. Now we'll just draw Swamp, 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 Swamp. Spell Stutter Sprite number 15. Yep. But something still died, so that's cool. And we'll do the old Mother May I. I'm sure this will eat a Scred or something. Or maybe just a hard counter. At least we know there's no more sprites on board. Who knows? Maybe they're stuck on lands or something, but yeah. Okay. That don't take effect for a turn. Not too worried about that. I'll just Altars Reap it. At this stage of the game, though, I might not. I might, I mean, I'm going to do that, but I've got to get my Stinkweed out so I can block. This is getting scary. It is tapped. Thank you. That makes a little bit of sense. Let's kill this. Okay. Play this. Right. A lot more swamps and I'll be good. Yeah, we're really afraid of a lightning bolt here because you can just start playing suicidal sprites and not much we can do about it. We can play the other imp. It's nice, but there goes our plan. Let's see. You can hit for 6 from the yard. Our deck just fought us too much this game. And it's the most unlikely scenario, getting screwed with this. Flooded, I understand. I've built in contingency plans for that. There's no sense in bringing that back. Unless we uncover Syphon Life. That would bring us to 5, which would buy us a turn, but then to what end, right? I think we just draw here and hope for a miracle. That isn't the miracle. Yeah, I mean, we could hit for 6. We've got double dudes here. I don't think that's going to work. All right, enough prodding and bitching. We're going to put an L there and go to game 3 and hopefully just have good mana. Let's get to 3. That was ridiculous. There are 16 out of 36 swamps left over. That was pretty ridiculous. This wouldn't have helped. A little bit too much there. I like our board here. Yeah. Let's do the Superstitious Shuffle. That usually works. Go like this. We'll move 1 Altars Reap here and a Footlight Fiend between these swamps, and then that will be golden. Let us submit. Swamps, it would be nice if you showed up. That was like quantum freak out reality. I didn't expect to ever see something like that. That was crazy. Mirror Universe. Talk about glimpse the multiverse. Yeah, I want to play first. 2 lands. Got some good stuff. We will keep this. This is good times. We have a thing called a curve. We can do stuff. Yield through this turn. Our little devil. I'm thinking we're just going to, we'll just play this dude out. Hey, we got 3 mana. I'm happy. He shows us island. I'm just going to play Imp right into it. It just keeps coming back. We don't mind as long as we're at 3 mana. Hee-yah. Probably the best creature for our opponent in this matchup is Olesch. Just kind of turns off our Dregscape Zombie. That's a problem. Don't like that. You know what? I think I'm going to play the Scorpion here. Yeah, I'm going to play a Scorpion there. It's going to attack. I just don't want to play the Sprite game. That way we're looking at hard counters and we've got a, 4-turn death on the board here. Hopefully he has to trip that relic to stay on focus or tempo, but that island suggests otherwise. Keep the chat going, everybody. It's the only way I know you're all hanging out with me, all. Okay, looks like Multiverse just showed up. That's cool. I'll keep that. All right, let's attack. Oh, kill it in response. Yep, you get that. That's fine. We haven't drawn a card here. Let's kill the Scorpion. Need some life. Oh, come on. Where's my land? This is really weird. Draw 4 cards. Don't see a land. Conan, what is best in life? To draw a swamp when you have 20 of them in a 60-card deck. Three's okay. I'd really like to hit that 4th one. We could have a bit more creatures out, but no. We got one more after this. But if anybody can think of a better name than Unearthed, but it is pretty damn accurate. I just don't want people when they see that on YouTube to think I'm just playing an Unearth, the spell that cycles list. Because it's not even in this list. Nor should it be. Behold, the multiverse is rubbing it in. It's like, look at this. This one reality in this mirror way over here is where you actually draw swamps. Screw flood, screw flood. Mulligan 2. I've got a magic puzzle for you. Whoop. I'll lead off with the Scorpion if I don't see anything better. All right, cool. We'll do this. Let me attack first. If I have to sacrifice that Footlight Fiend to a Sprite, which I think is in our near future, I will do it. Cool. Out comes Scorpion. Down that goes in response. I think I'll... Should I reap in response? Let's reap in response. I'll do this. This ability will kill that. I'll still have access to a Village Rites here. Now let's not see another swamp, huh? Okay, that makes a little sense there. Down goes that. There's that. Down goes that. play this, or did we already? Yeah. Probably should have rights there. Darn it. Yeah, I should have righted there. Frustration. I feel like I'm leaving Altar's Reap out. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll use you this time, buddy. Yeah, deck's full of surprises. Like I said, you look at it and you're like, you need removal. And it's like, if you look very closely, there's 18 bits of removal in this list. Perilous Rites. Yeah, but then I think people might think that's just a different take on Blackburn. There's about eight or nine cards that are the same, but not much else. Alrighty. Well, he can't attack, I can't attack. I want to play this. I'll play this out. Then I'll just play Stinkweed. I like Graveburn. Let's see if I do that to that. Very tempted to just cycle that up, but I could attack, he'll block, sacrifice, shoot. Might get countered. Not if I use rights. Yeah, let's get the hard counter. Anyone? Hiya! Seven minutes to 8 minutes. It all comes down to this. Maybe scred the imp and then trip the relic. Get rid of reap. Three more sprites in play. All right. I'll attack. Grave danger. That's pretty nice. Danger, Will Robinson. Okay. You know what? I think I'm going to Altar's Reap here on the Myr. Second. Or not. Let's make him discard something. Sacrificial Lamb. That ain't bad. Well, I think the coast is clear on the other play here. We'll do this. Okay. And we really want to cycle that so that at the end of turn and then attack with it. And I'd like to draw two here. Let me kill our dude here. I know he's at 9, but I want to kill that Bullus. He just has no creatures, so draw some cards. Have we played a land? Play this dude out. And here we go. Other than Raven's Crime, we're alright. He might trip it. That's why I'm going to wait on that Dragger. We've got 6 damage next turn after we cycle the Dragger. Do we need a naming contest? I think we do. What we do need is a... Oh, yeah, he's definitely going to trip here. You know, we might as well draw off of it. I guess I can cycle and attack next turn, too. I'd rather just draw the cards here. Might as well. I'll sacrifice this creature. He's pointing at it. Might as well. Yeah, he's going to trip it. Getting quite a bit of value. We're outdrawing a blue deck, which is pretty fun. Yeah, let's get Stinkweed back. Oh, there goes Syphon. Darn it. Cancel that. Okay. He's definitely going to trip that. Okay, that's quite a fun interaction. At least we save the Stinky. He has to trip here or he's just dead. Hi-oh, stopping by. Can't stay. Oh, Pauper Tim's in the house. Good to see you, man. Catch the rerun on YouTube. Yeah, we're giving it to fairies at the moment here. Our deck's not helping. But it does play pretty good against a lot of the top decks. Alrighty, come on now. Is it going to trip it or not? We've got all kinds of options in our yard next turn. Is he really going to let us untap? Wow, okay. That's awesome. Let's do... First we'll do this. Boy, I guess we could double Raven's Crime, huh? That'd be pretty fun. At this stage, I'd rather Syphon Life. These extra lands. 8-2. Keep out of sprite range for extra blockers. Alrighty. Darn it. Shouldn't have floated one. So we'll just cast this instead. It's going to block that zombie. We will attack. He has got to trip the yard here. Surprised we got that zombie out of the yard. Attack. Hopefully you guys like this interaction here. Sorry for a bit of the technical issues and for our deck fighting us, but it's a pretty stout little build. Okay. And again, this is, you know, one of the better decks in Pauper we're facing up against. Probably one of the top 3. But when you build it to defeat Delver as your kind of default setting, at least mine is, that's kind of how things go. Come on, you gotta trip it now. You're gonna get Stink out of the way. What? This guy's patience is off the chart. It's bordering on not a good idea at this stage. Okay, you take 3 damage doing that. And we'll hit you. That's what I love about this build. It's like, okay, you kill my stuff, it hurts you. Yeah, it's kind of hard to stream with this one, but okay, there goes our yard. But we got the kill right here. Keep in mind, this is a haste creature. If you pay 4 the other way, meaning you cycle, get a card out of it, and then you attack with haste. Of course, he's could have Scred or Lightning Bolt. That's a... Oh, not anymore, unless he drops a mountain here. Pretty good spot to be in against one of the better decks out there, 26-2. Very frustrated last game. We should have 2-0'd this. I usually do 2-0 Delver decks. There's just a bit too much firepower usually. We'll cycle this. Why do we cycle it? Because we will attack with Hasted Dude. Hiya! Unless he has foil, or unless I punt and tap through it. But even then, we play this, and you can't block it because it'll die to anything, and it'll shoot you for 2. So, booyah! I need some more coffee after all that. And 4 mana bolt. Alrighty. Okay, guys. We're going to be back after this. I got to go get refilled up, and we're going to chill out because we've had kind of a stressful swamp fight outing, but we still have won them all. So hope you're liking this list. We'll discuss it at the end of the show, but for right now, I'm going to go get refilled, refreshed, and be back right after this. All right, everybody, we're back. Hopefully, for the last one, as we take down, is it fairies or blue-red fairies or whatever you want to call it, Delver and such. Go over the list while we wait for, hopefully, our last victim. We have a very cool unearth mechanic. We don't care about our creatures. We want them to die. We even kill them ourselves with this and Altar's Reap. And then we gain life, as we did last turn. And you know, you get in that position where the person's just screwed if they block anything. The only good creature we've got as far as one we care about living is the Bone Picker. People kill this or run into it all the time. Block every time. Recur. Rinse, repeat. And then if that's not enough, we've got Fleshbag Marauder to round out. Usually this pause means our opponent has shown up. And man, that is a trippy piece of artwork there. But yeah, 20 lands. See, it's right here. Here's the proof for that second game that was just so maddening. I don't know if there's a mathematician in the chat. Maybe you can bring up the odds of that happening. I know it's pretty rare. So yeah, and then on our sideboard, 2 Raven's Crime to go with the one we've got main, because we have so many lands. We can really stop at 3 mana. We don't want to. 7's about the optimal. You don't want to drop more than that unless you're up against mono black. 7 Spellbombs. You could easily swap this out, and it might be correct to play, you know who, Fairy Macabre. I love the card. It is another creature, but I'd rather just draw the card. And 2 Geth's Verdict to go along with the other Fleshbag Marauders, so we've got some options against hexproof and such. But all right, last game here. There's a lot of lands. That kind of sucks. I think I'm going to scoop this one up. Boop. And not that much better, but we'll keep it. And we'll throw a swamp back. Done. Hey. Hypergenic Calculator on MTG bot. Yeah, that's Methonical's territory, man. Almost wish we kept that last hand, because if we at least had a 1-drop, we could have righted into it. Remember that double duress? Or what? No, that was a triple duress against the mono black, right? Oh, God, this is going to be a slog. Alrighty. Not the hand you want to have against Tron, but okay. Hey, at least they're black bordered. Old school. I love that art. It's just usually with a white border, and then it sucks. Boy. Well, we haven't lost today, but our deck has been fighting us. Now we're getting flooded, and we have the probably the slowest tool against Tron. Let's see him hit it. Oh, okay. I was just going to be like, yeah, it'd be pretty typical Tron, right? I haven't seen Tron in a while, but... Well, let's... I think I'm just going to... Obviously going to attack. Let me get this guy out. Just for the body. Boop. Attack. We'll start doing stuff next turn. Like killing the imp with our Fleshbag Marauder, maybe. Getting some extra value. Filling up our yard. We got to go find our retrace mechanic, because I'm sure we're going to get fogged out. The problem is weather the storm. That'll put him out of range real quick. We at least have some respectable damage on the board here. Don't think it's worthy of moment's peace, though. Let's attack. Yeah. The Altar's Reap, a Stinkweed. Got plenty of mana and time. Maybe. Who knows? We'll bring back Stinky. That was okay. Cool. And we'll just draw normal here. Okay, something did die, so we'll play the Bone Picker. Representing 6 damage isn't too bad. So that was what, a 5.25% chance. Doesn't seem like it would even be that much. If you reverse the percentage, I guess that's how it would work. Huh. If anybody's redeemed white borders, let me know. I might have missed it in the chat. Otherwise, we'll just do it next week or the week after. It doesn't have to be every show. I'm kind of glad that it isn't. Okay, well, there goes our attacking days. I think at least we've got answers for Snap and such and Village Rites. Another example. I've got to start not trying to force Altar's Reap in Okay, we don't care about our yard right now. That's actually okay. Now notice again, had I used rights, I could have either, I mean, be silly to play the Fleshbag there, but I could have at least put out the Imp. We don't mind that going away. We're probably just going to walk right into a fog here, or Hideous Life Gain. I don't know how that rolls. Let's attack first. See where we're at. Opponent's got Tron. Got everything under the sun. Mystical Teachings in the yard. Okay, we'll just keep doing the damage. I'll lead off with the Imp. I do want to kill it at the end of my turn to hopefully turn on some sort of retrace something or other. What do we got here? Anticipate. So yeah, this is just going to be retrace festival in games 2 and if we get to 3. I'm just glad we took down one of the top decks so you guys could see it in action. So, you know, we ran up against, well, we beat Mono Black and we beat Familiars, but there's quotes around that Familiars matchup because it was kind of a rogue build. So I really like this list though, and I think you will too if you sleeve it up. And the link are side captains. I'll have that link here shortly, hopefully. Maybe a change of plans. Nah, I'll just cycle this out. EOT Rites. Meow. The Village Rites. Does it not work? Is it going to flicker the Bazooka Bog? That'd be an option. This deck has every option. Thank you for that little fight. So there's the list if anybody wants to just download it. Or if you want to build it, only costs for 20 tickets, you can literally just build it. It's like what a lot of cards cost, and then you have a deck that's pretty competitive. A lot of fun. You get a little sideways head movements from your opponents like, huh? That's not mono black control, but it's all swamps. Avast. Gotta start saying, oh no, darn it. Hey, what happens? Gotta start saying drat and avast more often. Need more of that in my life. Gotta bring back drat. D-R-A-T. Okay, the Tron engine's on. Looks like this game will keep us honest and probably hand us our first loss, but let's not get too down in the dumps. I just don't want to have to time out a Tron player here. That is often how this is going to go. 5 storm count. It's pretty hard to come back from that. I ain't going to give up yet, but we're getting there. 27 life. That's nice. Boop. Let's get some ammo. We didn't reveal anything of relevance. That really blows. It'd be really nice if we had an unearth because we could play it, attack, and then, you know, trip the Fleshbag Marauder in time. I don't want to trade that for that. I will trade it for the Fleshbag because this gets blocked by just about anything else. So, not the best play, but I'll just sacrifice this. They got to get rid of Mole Drifter and we at least hit for 6. Clunky. Very rare that we don't turn over something of relevance in our there, but hey, they're back at 21. Game started just now, and look, they got Tron. Everything's superior. Draw. Graveyard. Every color under the sun. Hey, remember that good card? You can play it in Tron. And there's the life again. Good news is they probably are afraid of casting a wall because they think we're sitting on cast down, but it's like, this isn't that kind of deck. Magnifying glass. I'll hover on that. A lot of people haven't really seen this card much. Investigate. I've seen a few people playing this. I think it's when they can't afford Bonder's Ornament. It's the Pauper's version of Bonder's Ornament. Alrighty, we're getting locked out. We'll concede this one out of sheer boredom and don't want to be eaten to death here. Put an L there and go off to game 2 in some graveyard hate. Hopefully our opponent sticks around. Opponent. Okay. Oh, come on. All right, I'll play another one. You know what? I count that as a win, you quitter. Take that. We'll play one more. What kind of Tron player is that? To their credit, or not to their credit, to their defense, they probably thought we were playing jank with what they saw. And some could argue that, but hey, it's jank good enough to take down fairies. And now we don't have to suffer through a Tron matchup. So, but let's review what we would have brought in while we wait around. We've had like 2 half games, so I'm going to play another one for you guys. So obviously Spellbomb and Raven's Crime would have come in, and I probably would have left it at that. Keep in one Syphon Life, the one we've already got there. What will we take out? Footlight Fiend's not going to do too much work there. Probably take out like 2 of those. 1 Stinkweed Imp. It's not going to be doing all that much. Maybe 1 zombie, the Dregscape Zombie. So, yeah, boy, look at the creature types on this dude. Zombie, ogre, warrior. Crazy. Everything seems to be pointing the same direction. To the left, to the left. That's to the right. Never mind. To the right. All right, I'm full of it. To the right. It's like a perfect even split. A little bit of both. Going right, looking left, and straight on, baby. Ugh. Well, we could call that a half and half. He's got like half a face. It's just like dripping off. Craziness. Yeah. Anyway. To the right is just coming from the left. Here we go. Hopefully our opponent sticks around. Finally, we draw something of relevance. 2 lands is usually, 2 to 3 lands is usually what you get. It's what we have been getting, to be honest, but that one time we just stuck around. Alrighty, this will do it for us today, folks. We'll be going out with a little cool Bone Splitter ad, as well as our little YouTube mention. We'll keep this, but please let everybody know about PauperGanda if you can. And join us here every Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Almost every Saturday. Right when I say that, this is about the first time we're going to miss any dates this entire year are coming up in the next 30 days. So look to our social media on YouTube and or Facebook for that. And I don't know what is going on here. Did our opponent just draw nothing or realize this was propaganda and not want to get run over publicly? I don't know. I'll give it one more try. Yeah, we're not putting up with quitters. Let's all right, what's going on here? Back to constructed room. And we'll see what we can do. Any of you deck builders out there, which mean all of you, if you've got any ideas for the sideboard or things you would change or have questions about, this is the time to ask. As long as the picture is working this time and we're not rolling to a random commercial. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's hope this person sticks around. Win, lose, or draw, or quit. This will be it. Frustrating day, even though we've won them all. 3 lands, good. Early draw, early creature, graveyard, and just utility. Here we go. We'll keep this. My son has these sleeves. I know I mentioned that about 4 weeks ago, but really, really cool design on the physical paper sleeves. If you can get that artwork there, it's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Last game. Something different. Ooh, I have never faced walls with this, so we don't have enough targeted removal to probably be that good against them. So we're probably going to walk right into our first loss here. Life is for losers. Well, I'm a big loser because I love a lot of life gain strategies. So I think I might revisit tokens soon. Speaking of life. Uh-oh. That's going to be hard to deal with. I really need our little devil to show up. Uh-oh. All right. Definitely a weakness of this list. You know, I think I'm going to draw. I'm going to look for ways to deal with that. But I think I'm just going to go to game 2 and bring in Justice and not show them much of our board. Because this is... I want to see a little bit more of their list here, though, but it's going to get out of hand quick. All right. Let's attack. Well, Village Rites, depending on what we see. I really want to do a Village Rites for something else. Like the devil, so I can shoot that damn attendant. Yeah, you don't even have to worry about blocking with this kind of list. All right. Let's do this to this. Zapparoonie. Show me Perilous Myr or something. Well, I can fly over and smack, I guess. Not like it's going to add up to much. Gains 2 life off of that. We'll let it go for a little bit here. I don't really want to unveil the Unearthed mechanic or the Stinkweed Imp so that they're not tempted to bring in too much graveyard heat. You're about to see Barbapoka, because when you need Evincar's Justice, you need it right now against decks like this, and you don't want to be waiting, and then they build up and everything gets tougher and then it's irrelevant, right? That's why 4. A lot of my builds I play 4 because I get in that design step where I'm like, oh, I need this against elves or whatever, and when you need it now, and that's why 4. All right, this is going to tell us a lot more about their list. This is every single creature, and we're playing a lot of creatures. Okay, we know more about it. It's more of a tokens build. It's not walls, so I'll just concede here, and we'll go to game 2. Can't put up with all that. So, now this is where our zombies are going to be completely irrelevant because of the 0/3s and such. So I'll be taking those out. We bring in all of our Justice, and we'll take out all of our zombies. We'll take out this, probably this. Our Fleshbags aren't going to be doing much help here either. Might be able to do this early. Yeah, this is weird. Guess I could keep crime around. I'll keep one Syphon. And then let me bring in the Verdicts. I don't want to use the Marauders because, you know, all the more life gain there. But all right. Stacked against us a bit here, but be all right. So when Justice trips and it kills this or the Footlight Fiend and such, we can obviously redirect that at a wall, and that'll maybe stop them from rebuilding if we're holding Geth's Verdict. It's a far cry. I mean, this is not. We're playing a lot of creatures. They're benefiting from a lot of creatures, and we don't have really that much targeted removal. So we've got targeted removal here, and we've got draw. So I'll keep this. It's not the greatest hand, but hopefully we'll draw into one of our 4 Evincar Justice. So Barbapoka, see, this is, we really wanted to see Evincar's Justice, and that's why I want to play 4 of them, because it would have been a lot nicer feeling to know, hey, there it is. I've only got, 3 more turns, and then I can at least Wrath. And also because eventually you want to be recurring the Wrath. That 7 mana I mentioned about an hour ago to Little Fight's question about how many mana, that's another reason you hold it 7, because you can cast it and then buy it back. Okay, I like this. We'll just slow roll this to keep him off mana. He's like, boy, that's a bad card against me. And it is. That's why we're playing it now, so it's not super bad. And another turn from now. And we can at least attack, because that's just super blocker, that Caretaker 0/3. Alrighty, this is cool. Just no creature behind it. Okay, there's a creature. That sucks. But I will attack, because he'd be silly to block. Because then I can ping the Warden. That's why I'm glad I got rid of the 0/3, because it makes the decision a lot harder. And we won't hesitate here. We're going to Altar's Reap this, killing this, stopping these life shenanigans. Hopefully, I'm sure there's 2 or 3 more in their hand as we draw 2 cards. And we struggle. Syphon Life's not going to be relevant for quite a while. We do only have 1 of them, but of course we drew it now. Okay. Do they have other critters? Evincar's Justice would be really good here. We top deck it. Depending what we're going to see here. Oh, boy. Very, very underrated card. I brought this up on one of the very first Paupergandas, and I know Few people have brewed with it, but get 4 of these and watch how much fun they are. It's very hard. That's a good way around Justice. Okay. Let me cycle here. Play this. That Field Surgeon is a big problem. I like to cast the Myr here because if we do top deck into Evincar's Justice, we're going to be able to use it extra with the Perilous Myr. This was played on Caleb Gannon's channels a few times. Oh yeah, no, I've seen the... you mean recently, Nim Chimpskey? Because I know a long while ago there was a similar list that used Field Surgeon when before walls really became a thing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was about 2 years ago, right? Still very relevant. Boy, you know what card we really need? We'll get rid of Ranger. We'll get rid of Warden. And there's the Pilgrim. Field Surgeon showing up. Getting out of range quick. Getting all the life back. Only problem with playing tokens on a stream is it's really long and grindy. But we've done that today. So maybe next week we'll play something fast and then come back when I don't know. We'll see. Don't really want to play a creature. I want to find an answer cycle. Alrighty. Let's attack. If he blocks it, which he probably won't, we'll be able to cast Bone Picker. If not, we'll just slow roll with Stinkweed Imp, which is pretty blah play, but it'll keep things away. Buying time. There's no 0-3 out, so it's going to be really nice. We had that little window. The Field Surgeon wasn't out, but I don't think that's going to last much longer. I would have really leaned on the Surgeon first because, you know, he's probably worried more about, what's that? Suffocating fumes. Oh, boy. Well, it's been fun, guys. We're going to go 4-1 instead of 5-0. And yes, I am counting that Tron Coward as a W. Damn it. Wasting all of our time. I'm sure it wouldn't have been if we played it out. This deck can do a lot of things. I don't think it'd be that good against Tron. And even that's not that good against us because Perilous Myr can just shoot it. Unless he brings that Surgeon out. I don't know why he's not bringing the Surgeon out. Doesn't he have... Yeah, he's got the Dryad right there. Okay. About to... I'll make him discard. Come on, get rid of that Surgeon. Yeah. Eat the life. Give it a few more turns here. This is a lost cause because we play 4 Justices for a reason, but that reason didn't work. We didn't have it in our opener, but it was a little too good of an opener with Footlight Fiend and Altar's Reap to go find it to really pitch. So, bit of a tight spot. Not much wiggle room against this much life gain. Oh, this is pretty. Let's just watch as it just destroys us. Dismiss. We know he's got the Surgeon. There it is. As well yield on this. He'll start gaining Hideous Life. He might not even need to attack us. That Blight Priest is going to be doing a lot of work. A lot of colors. Man, 1, 2, 3, 4. Any red creatures in there? Can only hope for an attack. Block with the Myr. Shoot the Obsidian Alkalite. Actually, probably... Yeah, I got to take care of that before we get rid of Mr. Marauder there. And I'll give this one more draw. And we'll call it a day, I believe. Or shall we? I don't know. Let's see this thing go down. Hiya! Get rid of that Surgeon. Do it! Ah! Can't even play his stuff because it's just going to die. This is maddening. And justice for all. Yes. No justice for us. Ugh. Evincar, justice, where are you? You're hiding from me, damn it. Goblin Bushwhacker. Yeah, right. I know. Let's get the full domain action going up, right? Psst. Acolyte. Little hate bear action. Man, I so wish I could make him pay for this with it one justice. Just wham! I know he'd be able to activate that Obsidian Acolyte a few times, but then we'd still have the trigger with the Perilous Myr behind it. Brutal. It's nice when they don't even have to attack. Very cool. We'll let him show it off. So we just get obliterated here by life gain and our deck hiding from us. A little bit of a reset value. To pretty much draw like, I don't know what, justice and then some more hate, or maybe justice right behind it again, but no justice, says Book. That could very well be, but here we go. Well, as always, thanks for joining me, Propaganda, on this here Saturday. Been a frustrating outing. Had a little bit of technical issues and some weird things going down, but hopefully it was a good show. All right. Let's do the thing. As we gain life. And we lose before we even can block. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. There we go. All right, guys. Well, let me go over the list here real quickly. One last to go around here. So yeah, I'm just calling it Unearthed, even though the spell's not there. But really fun deck. About tier 2-ish. You saw it take down one or two tier 1 decks, but and it plays pretty even. Burn's kind of a problem, but that's also why we've got options of 3 Syphon Life and such, and then the crimes and stuff come in against a lot of control decks and burn and stuff. But again, in a nutshell, this is really consistent with 20 basics. This curve, the way it is here with Bone Picker, we put it to one spot. A lot of our creatures, the majority of them, we want them to die so much so that we have 8 spells that let us kill them. I don't know why my thing's not refreshing, but Altar's Reap and Village Rites. And extra lands later on, we, flashback Syphon Life, Raven's Crime with Stinkweed Imp, and then that's supposed to be the catch-all. And then again, Swarm decks, like that last roundup, we run 4 of these so that we see it early, but we didn't see it, so blah, blah, blah. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to do the YouTube thing and blah, blah, that sort of stuff, and we'll see you in about 3 hours on YouTube. And back here next week, same time, same place, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Saturday. Till then, go check out Odin Makes on YouTube, and here's a little preview of what he did with our Bone Splitter. Adios, everybody.
The Bone Splitter Axe. I'm actually very happy with how well the texture of the Bondo turned out, and I'm pleased that it stuck as well as it did to the plastic dip, because I really wasn't sure on that. Now, I'm a little concerned about the wooden shaft and the wooden point for some cons, but for most, I'm sure those will be just fine. But I think it looks awesome. What do you think?
Wow. Odin, amazing job as usual. But hey, why don't we put it back where it belongs so we can go play with it finally?
And that's how Odin makes.